Oh, don't say something you don't want on the internets, folks. Oh. Let's see. I put this all the way over here. I can kind of do it like this. Uh-huh. I'm just playing with you. Here. Now it's really in. Okay. Good evening and welcome to the November 4th. You know I'm doing that for comedic value, right? November OAS meeting, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are once again. Yay. Okay. Like that. They're already seeing it, but there. Well, I mean, it used to be we'd stand over here and present, but the whole controls are all the way over there. I don't have long cords on that thing, so I do. I actually get a lot more exercise nowadays for work. Where was I? Oh, guests. Do we have any guests on Zoom? Anyone who has never been to a OAS meeting on Zoom? Nobody's speaking, so I guess that's good. How about any guests in the room? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll start over here. Pat? C-O. Oh, how'd you hear about us? Oh, well, welcome back. I could say, how'd you hear about us? But you already knew. Back row. Hi, Leonard. How'd you hear about us? Oh, right. Did you have your telescope? Okay, great. Now I know a face to the voice I heard. It was dark. We recognizing voices, right? Well, welcome. And up here. Hi. Wow, welcome back. Nice. Great to have you. I didn't advance my slides, did I? Hey, why is it? I don't know why my mouse isn't working, but oh, I forgot the meeting moment. But you already know all that stuff. We've been doing this as a pro, and we just did about that too. So, for our guests who are past members or yet to be members, if you will become a member, you'll be a member. How many times can I say that in one sentence? Of the Astronomical League and receive the Reflector Quarterly Magazine. You get access to Astro Park, our observing site in Weeping Water, Nebraska. We have a great telescope loan program where you can try out telescopes, observe, or experience the different types of telescopes that are available. We do have our wonderful monthly newsletter, the Stella, which has a lot of great information in it, articles. We also have a Discord server, if you're familiar with that. And members can vote on actions during our business meeting. Upcoming important dates. The Lake Zorinsky Star Party happens to be on election night. More on that in the outreach portion. And there is a library telescope work day on November 19th. That's not 19 hours, that's 19th. That's a typo. 10 to 4 at the Brain Exchange. More of that coming up. A little bit of note about the December meeting. This will be at Kame Farm down on 96th Street in Papillion. It's going to roughly 7 to 10. You can show up at 6:30. You know, that's the sign up link, is.gd/OAS holiday. That's an RSVP, so we know how much food to order, plus some amount of, if you have a food allergy or some kind of a preference, we will try to adhere to that. Like if it's a meat choice or a chicken or whatever, or gluten intolerance. So I can hold that up for a moment. So is.gd/OAS holiday.
Hey, John,
Yes, sir.
didn't you spell it, say, set up like at 5 o'clock?
That's a good point. Let's check it. Where did I put it?
It's in there. It's got a web page to go to.
This starts at 7:30.
Well,
That's the meeting. The meeting
Oh.
that's when the meeting starts. You can show up earlier than that. That's when I'll, do this thing, bang, bang, and try to go as fast as I can, right? Because the program portion is the holiday party. There'll be a better flyer in the December Stella, and we'll put that on Discord. And if we want, we can also email it out separately for people. I think last year we showed up at 5:30 or 6. Jordan can correct me if I got that wrong. I think that's the time we showed up last year.
5:30, 6.
Yeah.
6 is good. It doesn't take long to set up. We should have most things set up by 6 o'clock anyways. Yeah.
Okay. Because we would like to help you. I don't want you to have to do everything you guys is by yourselves. So.
It's easy. It's no biggie.
Okay. All right. This is the Misral groups. We just checked on that. There's only 36 people in that group. There's the Night Sky Network. We kind of go through these every month. There's the fan shop. Some of these are linked on the OAS webpage. Now, how many people have been to Astro Park in the last month? Wow, look at all these people. Diana, I think it was 14 or 15 based upon the log, but we had 3 people out this week, so probably I'd say 18 because they've been doing a lot of photos this week. Jay was out there a couple times, so that's pretty good. Awards chair. Kelly. There are no awards this month. Okay. Thank you. Sorry. Didn't mean to do that to you. There's a chat question? Okay. Okay. So, observing chair. I don't think Sonali is online with us, so I will do my best. Yes. So here we are. It's November. Planets. Jupiter is going to be in Pisces near the moon on November 4th. That's tonight. Jupiter is in Capricorn. Saturn, sorry. In Capricorn sets after 10 p.m. in late November. Neptune, west-southwest of Jupiter. Uranus is in the evening. There's superior conjunction to Mercury on November 8th. That date sounds familiar. I wonder what the 8th is. Mars is in the evening, closest to Earth on November 30th, nearing opposition in December. So we're thinking of that date of November 8th. The moon is at first quarter on the 1st. Lunar eclipse is November 8th. November 8th seems to be a busy day. Last quarter is this, let's say full moon, the 8th. Last quarter is the 16th. New moon the 23rd, then first quarter again on the 30th. So 2 first quarters for the month of November. The beginning of the month, you can see the sun rises at 7:55 and sets at 6:18, but then we have a time change in our continual progression towards more evening hours. So November 30th, it rises at 7:29 and sets at 4:55. So it'll be dark for December's Lake Zorinsky if the weather cooperates. So daylight savings time ends this weekend, November 6th at 2 a.m. Some states may not go back next year, or it switches next year and then that's it. I think Oregon is just going to stay. They won't have standard time anymore, or that will become the new standard time. I, for one, wouldn't mind it to be one time all the time.
Think that they will stop doing daylight savings time?
The way some states have done it is like Nebraska says, well, if Missouri and Kansas and Iowa do it, we'll do it. So it's the domino effect. Who falls first? Yeah.
Arizona's always been on standard.
Yes. In Hawaii.
And Indiana did, yeah.
Used to be, now they're split. That's been fun to drive through too. Because we'll see our phone change when we're driving out for Thanksgiving and it like switches back again. That's weird. Oh, look, meteor showers. The Leonids, November 6th to the 30th, it peaks on the 17th and 18th, which is from Comet Temple Tuttle. Now, somebody will have to correct me. I put Northern Taurids, and that should be correct too for us, because it says peak November 5th, so that's tomorrow. So that's what time and date was showing. So, and I think there's one more and I forgot what it was. I heard it this morning on my listening to events. Orionids. That's what it was. Thank you. That's also this month. I don't have it up. Oops. Should we look it up? Meteor showers. So Orionids, the 21st to 22nd was the peak.
The northern Taurids are November 5th through the 12th. In the northern. That's weird.
Yeah.
No, the southern's the 5th and the northern's the 12th is what it says here.
Okay. Well, there's always meteors, so go look for them, right?
Is there any prediction?
Not personally. With the moon position, I mean, first new moon's on the 23rd, and that's 17th, 18th. So maybe John's consulting some telescope.
There's a couple, it talks about a couple potential outbreaks, the clusters.
Potential, of course. Speculative.
The 6 UT on the 19th would be midnight for us. It won't even hardly be up yet. There may be a 250 to 300 meter outburst, 300 meter outburst.
For 5 minutes.
For 5 minutes. Which 5 minutes? Around 6.
Right as the clouds roll through. Yeah.
Another one on the 21st, but it would be favorable for the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, I'll make that.
Why can't they schedule these for weekends?
Yeah, really. in the afternoon.
That came up at the tourist conference.
It did.
And I couldn't believe that people asked those kinds of questions about the eclipse, and, you know, and it's like, why did they schedule it on Sunday? 25th of November is a Friday, Thanksgiving. Right.
That's true. We're already going to be in the country for us, so maybe.
Years ago, when the Mars opposition on Christmas Day,
Oh yeah.
I did a presentation about it and said, well, you know what? If you're talking out, don't worry. It's Christmas, spend some time with your family, watch an appropriate movie, and I throw Santa Claus conquers the Martians.
Oh, the joke was about offering to show Santa Claus versus the Martians from years ago on the when Mars was opposition on Christmas Day. I know not everybody can hear some of that room audio, so I will do my best to relay some of that information. So that is observing chair outreach. Who wants to do it? Do you guys want to do rock, paper, scissors?
Arm wrestle.
Arm wrestle.
Well, thank you, everybody, for showing up.
You're gonna go to your first prom. I want you to wear the.
All right. Yeah, so thanks to everyone who has helped out with all of the Papillion La Vista stuff that we had. I don't know. Yes, Louis?
Just a comment. In years past, when the outreach coordinator thanks us for Pavilion La Vista outreach activities, he presents us with cookies. How come you didn't bring cookies? You didn't know about the tradition. Look, there's Tootsie Roll Pops right there. Not cookies. I seriously thought about it, and I didn't talk to John. I don't know. Probably have gotten away with it. Well, but if you get a cookie, then you want
You know,
the drink. And
There is an algorithm that you could use to figure out how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop.
1, 2, 3.
crunch. Yeah, UNO catering was closed, so I couldn't bring them in because
as long
the
as you have a good excuse.
yeah, you gotta
Bring stuff in.
That's true.
you're not helping me. You're not helping me.
Well, I should
They would never know if we brought a plate of food.
We'll have lots of cookies at the Christmas party.
Just, I mean, I know you're, just a quick,
IOU.
the numbers, I think I calculated almost 1,000 kids and adults. So,
1,000 people that came through the Papillion La Vista, kids and teachers and everything. That's some amazing work from everyone.
I know, we have one of the checks.
We got one
We had more generous
$200 donation.
Yep, we had one a grandfather apparently. He kind of did it anonymously, but he gave us $200 cash on top of what the school provided for that particular outreach. We're not actually sure which school it even was. I don't think, just
I don't remember. It was one of the nights we were.
because it was one of the previous evenings. So. But yep, so coming up this Tuesday, it's not looking very promising cloud wise for astronomy in the park at Luritzen, or sorry, at Zarinsky. And so we'll keep you posted on that. If it's going to clear up, maybe we'll go out, but not looking good at the moment.
Yeah,
Oh, we do have
Looks pretty good. It's gonna be a little chilly.
tomorrow night at Luritzen Gardens, a full night or full moon in the Rose Garden. So won't be quite full, but it'll be close enough to block out most of the other things that you can see. So lots of planets and stuff. I don't know if anybody's interested.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I may show up.
I think Carmen and I were gonna go.
Okay. Well, no.
Well,
So, but if anybody else wants to come, you're welcome to. Otherwise,
Just try to be there by 6, because we all like to go out as a group.
yeah, we kind of caravan. You drive right back to the Rose Garden, set up if you've not done that before. So, and then we have a steam night on November 16th at Kennedy Elementary. Do you know? I don't know what time that's
Oh,
Start.
5:30 to 7.
from 5:30 to 7 for anybody that wants to just kind of do would
Talk to me.
yeah, talk to John. I can't get to that one.
It's gonna be like it'll probably be a combination of indoor and outdoor because it'll be dark enough. If the weather's nice, we could probably have a couple telescopes outside. Indoors is sort of like activities with kids because it's an elementary school. Try to get them interested.
Kennedy is where?
It is 2 blocks north of 30th and Lake. So when you take 75 to Lake and you get off on and go west, you would take a right and then it's like 2 blocks on the left. There's not much in that area other than the school. They have a great big field and a playground, but it's like on the other side of the street from where the building is. So.
Well, we'll try to shoot an email.
Then we have a telescope workday on the 19th, starting around 10 o'clock at the Brain Exchange on 19th and Howard. We have, I think we'll have 4 that I know of that are confirmed, and I'm waiting to hear back from the Omaha Public Library if they've gotten around to getting theirs yet. So potentially up anywhere from 4 to 16, I guess. And if that's the case, then we'll send out pleas for help because we'll need some extra hands for that. But if anybody wants to come and just watch, help, whatever, it's kind of fun. We just sit around and doesn't take a whole lot of labor.
Should we
About 10 o'clock, and then until I think the first time we worked until like 4:35 and did 5 scopes, and the second time we did 6 scopes and maybe worked an hour less.
we were getting used to it.
A nice break in the middle for some lunch. And I still have 11 or 12 on hand for right now.
We should probably skip December, not do a work day in December. Is that fine?
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, because a lot of Saturdays are going to be busy for people.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with that. If there's random one, I can do it. I don't have anybody that I know of that's planning to send one. So I think that's it for us.
So quiet after the last 2 months of
Oh, I know.
steady outreach and work and things like that. Oh, let's see. Yay. I did update this Stafford as to what it is in the Stella. I only made one change in that I have the Coronado solar telescope. There's more. That's going way back. Yeah, it's that end is there.
I thought it was going to be a pretty dull month, but the 6-inch silver Dob went out and it came almost right back in. And I have a reservation for it again.
Wow.
And the other 10-inch Dob went out as well. So we had some late breaking activity after the publication date. I'm sorry. Procedure for checking it out remains the same. Give me an email or corner me at some point here. You fill out a form, you take it away for 90 days, and that's about it. And until new business, that's all I have.
Okay. Thank you, Stafford. Yes. Program share. Jordan, you want to talk about tonight's program real quick? and then we'll do tool time, then we'll come back for program.
Sure. Okay. So just a quick bit about tonight's program. They're massive fiery twisters that you do not want to go on a chase for. While we love watching these things on Earth from a distance or online on YouTube videos, you can be relatively safe from these. If you're gonna go chase these solar tornadoes, these mega-sized funnels of hot plasma, you won't be coming back. So it's a fascinating area study that actually is helping us to learn more about our star, other stars, and our Earth, and the rest of our solar system. So looking forward to having this quick little program tonight that's got some fun entertainment. Hopefully it'll bring out some laughs and good memories of everyone. So that's it.
Okay, great. That's coming up in a few minutes, everybody. So now we've got 2 tool times. Bill, we can do yours first. Cases. Yeah, well, let's want me to hold it.
Yeah, I can hold it.
Put it to his mustache.
Spirit right here.
This is something that I have had the opportunity to think about for quite a while. Let's go to the next frame. This is the way I used to carry all my accessories and eyepieces and everything. And everybody has their own way of doing it. And this is just, go to the next frame. It's just all my stuff just kind of packed in there. You know, how much more can I put in there? Well, I don't know. Let's find out. And this bag right on top holds the light shrouds for my Dob. So you take that out, go to the next frame, and there's boxes with eyepieces. You can see a headlamp there. I've got my laser collimator right here, and my Barlow right here to do all my collimating stuff. And that's fine. It was working fine, but I had the opportunity to do something else. Let's go to the next frame. This is a case that they were going to throw out at work at Best Buy. They have 2 cases like this, and they used to hold TV calibration equipment. The Geek Squad guys would go out and they could, you know, they'd hook some stuff up to your TV and they would calibrate it, you know, and charge you $150 and say, there, it's better. And they were instructed to send the equipment back, but throw the cases away. So I was in the warehouse. I was based in the warehouse when I was working there. And I saw these back by the trash compactor. And I'm like, what are you doing with those? Well, we're throwing them away. And I'm like, no, you're not going to throw them away. And for a size reference, that's the case. So it's fairly sizable, and it's a really nice case. It's got a handle. It's got 2 closures on it, which have locks on it. It has an O-ring in it. So it's a really nice case. It's a hard case. There's 2 of them. And so, you know, how do you get all this stuff done? Go to the next frame. This is what it looked like when you opened it up. Well, you have to take all that stuff out of that, go to the next frame. And that's what it looks like with everything removed. So what are you going to put in there to take care of it? Well, one of the things that I've also been collecting from work was shipping materials, especially dense foam that you could use. Go to the next frame. I also had some pluck foam, which is that stuff that's about, I don't know, a 1/4 inch square, and you can pluck it out and take care of all that. So it actually fit. And I have another layer of a harder part underneath it. And then you've got the eggshell stuff up on the top. So how do you lay out all this stuff? Go to the next frame. So here's a bunch of stuff. And I've got toothpicks in all the corners to give me an idea of how I'm going to do this. And I had a couple of different ways. I was wondering, you know, go either this way or turn the eyepieces 90 degrees and go that way. I decided to go with this. So I've got my toothpicks in there. And so now next frame, please. I pluck out all that stuff, and there's the eyepieces. Now the eyepieces are, you can kind of see there's a black mat stuff underneath it. And some of them sit down a little bit lower, some of them sit up a little bit higher. So what I did, next frame, is, and there's the black foam underneath it. So go to the next frame, take everything out, and those are the pluck foam parts that came out of each of those squares. Well, they're easy enough to cut with a bread knife or something like that. So I cut them in various heights to get the eyepieces to sit up a little bit higher. Go to the next frame. So there they are. Now they're all back in their perspective items. Now on top right is where I put my paracord, and it's just so big that I didn't need any foam underneath it. So go to the next frame, and there's the final result. That's what I have now. So I think that's all that I have on that. Oh, there's another accessory case. I got, like I said, with the other second one, I didn't have any other pluck foam, and I can't find it online. I don't know where to find it. I looked and looked and looked. But this case is about the same size as a Pelican 1550 or 1560, something like that. So I bought the foam. Now this stuff you have to cut out. So again, you know, I put my toothpicks in there and cut through it and got that all set up. So you got my tail wrap, my 9x50 finder, my laser collimator, my Barlow, place for flashlights, batteries, toe warmers, in case I'm going to go out in the middle of winter. And I think that is actually the last frame. Yeah. So if you want to take a look at it at the break, you know, you come up, take a look at the case.
Excellent. Very good. That's cool. Thank you, Bill. Mr. Dorland.
Great prize, Bill. Love the case. They look great. That's from Jordan.
All right. I got permission from our president to provide some entertainment at the holiday party prior to the meeting. Last year we had some entertainment. It seemed to go over fairly well, and so I'm excited about doing it again this year. What I would like from the group is anybody that wants to join us up there, please join us. You don't have to play an instrument, you know, a guitar. You could play whatever instrument you're comfortable with, or if you want to join us singing, that would be wonderful. We're going to start discussing it on the meeting channel on Discord, or if you don't use Discord, you can contact me directly at whatever. So if you're interested in joining us, please do so. Also, I'm entertaining the thought of maybe we would have a sing-along of some kind at some point during the evening, either prior to or later. If you're interested in that, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down in the Discord so we can figure out what to do there. So that pretty well cover everything. So if you're excited about it and don't want to participate, just want it to happen, you know, tell us that also in the Discord. If you don't want us to do it, use the Discord, because then your name's tagged there too.
Well, it is called Discord.
All right, thank you.
Hey. There is a piano if anyone wants to play it, according to Jordan.
Cool. So a piano player's welcome.
Great.
Jordan says yes. Can't wait.
All right, so that is the break before the program portion. I just lost my place. So let's do a break. How long should we break? 10 minutes? 20, well, we'll do 20 after. How's that?
Okay, I'm gonna pause the recording now.
Quick story, and then I'll tell a quick story, and then we'll get into Jordan with the presentation. Oh, I gotta click the Yep. Okay, I got it. When we were at Lauritsen this past weekend, the 4-H extension office was there. They had an inflatable planetarium dome. And not everybody knew it was in there, but they certainly lined up for it. So they learned about it from the people in front of them. So there was a steady line for that thing all day. And there was only one person running the whole thing. So we were set up next to them. So we would kind of run a little bit of crowd control for them. They did switch out their person around 3-ish, so only had to do half a shift. But we also helped them pack it up, deflate it, put everything away. It was fun. However, one of the people who came to visit and talk to us was an employee from Lauritsen, who is George Allen's oldest grandson.
Yes, yes, I know he works there.
Yep, and he wanted to say hi and introduce himself and stuff.
Yeah.
So he's trying to get, I think he's trying to come and visit us here for a meeting or so.
Yeah, we met him at the funeral.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, it was when we had the graveside.
Yeah,
Remember we
he
said-
came.
Yeah.
to that. He was at the funeral too,
Too, but
but yeah, he was at the graveside service.
I think Jody's been trying to get him to get it some telescopes. So we'll see how that goes. Yes, Louis.
Do you have a ballpark price of the planetarium
For
I-
rent or for own?
for own?
This was an inflatable one.
Yeah, I can get you that.
Well, I'm just curious if it's something
Depends.
that's out of reach for the club or?
Oh, no.
Well, I mean, ballpark, are we talking
1,700,
1,000?
3,300. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say 25.
You said 4-H extension. I thought they usually be run by or is that part of the 4-H?
It was, she had a UNO thing that said, she said she was with 4-H and it said
Educational Service.
University of Nebraska.
That was, it must be the ES, I'm thinking it's ES.
Yeah.
20 for one or 19 for seven.
Her name was Tiffany.
Do not know her.
Yeah.
But that was, yeah, that was my former job. So the thing about those is technically, they're not supposed to be outside.
They had a big tarp on the ground that they set it on.
Oh, yeah, but as far as light coming in and stuff, they have to have, there's.
It was
the
pretty
wind-
dark in there.
the
Nobody
wind
could
issue.
see.
There's
Yes.
a wind issue too, but yes, I ran one of those 3 years, 4 years. So there's several different types. It's not.
So
the
if you
ballpark
have-
range.
If you have it inside, is it a reasonable thing?
Very reasonable. You want a little higher ceiling, but
What do they have for a projector?
depends on what system you get.
And
You're probably looking at a regular HD projector with a spherical mirror system set up.
those nowadays, yeah.
Yeah.
Short, it's a short,
A lot more expensive.
it's usually like a short throw projector for inside.
Yeah, for that, for. Right.
Tom Wilson is holding one up out there.
Picture of it, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike just looked it up too.
Okay. Well, that might be something to explore.
But,
And this is, yeah,
but it sounds like using it outside is problematic.
it's not recommended, not encouraged. I do have contact with the Council Bluffs for portable. It's only $350 to rent for the day. So if you wanted to do an event, I don't know, you probably wouldn't. say
They-
inside.
Have had in the past one set up out there. that you start, space.
They do have one at the SAC Museum until they drop their fan on the projector.
Okay.
I don't know if they,
Got it.
or as far as I know, they weren't gonna resurrect it, and what they were doing was they were doing a straight regular projector in their dome, so it wasn't even a dome, it's just like a video on a wall. But it's been a while. Well, that's the fun part. You can do that, yeah.
That's what they were using this past Sunday. Was that little projector with the little discs that go inside and they just project them.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, I think.
Can you share? Yes, go ahead and share, Mike.
So school districts.
Yeah, that was it.
Star Lab. Yeah, that's the new version of the Star Lab where you just drop a disc in and fall. I'm talking. The more versions I use are iPad control, pretty, pretty good stuff.
We might have something, we should bring this up in the business portion of the meeting, Mike. Our visit that we did. Our story that we did as well. That's like exactly the same one.
Okay, that one. There's,
It's a little, that one's a smaller one, but they had a little bit bigger one.
yeah, you can get various sizes.
That says 3 count.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that.
What does that mean?
There's 3 of them.
3 for 20? Why would you need 3? Most of the time they are made to order. The one that I had actually was made by a parachute company. Let's see sizes. And they do.
Yeah.
Go
back up.
There.
Yeah. This is the
Mine,
20-inch size, the one we have up right now. They're tall, so you can't, you'd have to be in the gym.
yeah, I needed a 14-foot ceiling. Some require 10-foot ceilings, but I had a fan on the top. So I had like a double wall version, which is similar.
And in the sun, it was warm.
Oh, yes, and you can see the sun like through it.
Luckily, we had clouds. Unfortunately, we had clouds.
I did that too. It's fun.
Or kids going in and then we hear them crying and coming out. It's dark. I don't want to go in there. Well, we can,
Yes, it would be doable for our club.
oops, Okay. Jordan,
Yes, I'm here.
you should have presentation powers.
Alrighty. See if this comes up.
Can we do a sound check as well?
Yes. My computer's making me do something.
When you go to share your screen, make sure you choose like the video options for share sound and optimize for video clip is what it's called. Yes, you can kill the lights, Louis. I don't know what they ever did to you.
That's the reverse.
There we go. Thank you.
No, don't quit. It's gonna make me quit the meeting real quick for some reason. Can I do that and hop back on?
Oh, is it a Mac?
Yeah.
Yeah, they changed stuff recently, so yeah, you'll have to.
What is the meeting code again?
It's-
Something.
Just go to is.gd/OAS 2021.
gd.oas is.gd.oas 2021
is.gd/OAS 2021.
slash.
Yep. And we'll wait.
Sorry guys. Okay.
No, that's okay. Yeah, we went through a lot of materials. I think we got rid of all the little balsa wood planes that we had.
I got more if you need them.
Okay. We also, all of the little styrofoam frisbee things were gone. The Launch America stuff did not really fly off the shelves. So we have boxes of that. Temporary tattoos, those are always really fun to have and stuff.
Are you able to see what
Yep.
that video?
We can see the video screen, yes.
Okay, perfect.
Should we do a sound test on it?
Yes, please.
Oh, yep.
Too loud?
Nope, it's not too loud. I can adjust it here too, so.
Okay.
And it seems, it was a little choppy, but we'll see.
Hopefully. Okay. I will get started playing. Part of it is me not talking, part of it will be me doing a voiceover, guiding you through this interesting topic tonight. So let's do this.
Jordan,
Yes.
I'm only getting part of your, there, that's better. It was like when it got moved off and wasn't in focus, we lost half the video screen. That's all.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, you're fine. It's fine now when you press play. But whenever
Okay.
you did that, it suddenly disappeared and came back. I think that's the chat window or the people window. That's what it
Oh.
is.
Okay, okay. Do you want me to restart it?
No, it should be good.
Okay.
I don't know how I did it.
Right now, we're right under the flanking line.
I realize that.
We can't attack this thing from the south. We're gonna get rolled.
Watch me.
Julia, I know you're upset. You just gotta breathe. We both just gotta breathe. Cow. I gotta go, Julia. We got cows. Another cow.
Actually, I think that was the same one.
What?
Our sun, like the planets in our solar system, has layers of material, much of which we are unable to see. It's a living, celestial body that's always changing, turning, and evolving. It radiates light, mainly the visible, the ultraviolet, and the infrared wavelengths. And it has a magnetic field that varies across its surface. You can see these variations in sunspots, solar prominences, flares, and more. The interior of our sun has three main regions: nuclear core, radiated dome, convective zone, all of which we cannot see. The photosphere is the layer that you see the most like hubspot. The surface, right? See surface is full of the solid surface with layers of plasma gas. Above that is the chromosphere, and then the very thin atmosphere of the corona. From this photosphere, convection zone, we get massive solar tornadoes that are spiral-shaped magnetic structures that rise from the surface of the sun. They occur when the magnetic field lines point out into space, and energy moving upward carries with it plasmic material from the surface. This hot gas creates tornado-like structures many times the size of Earth. Structures were first observed in the early 20th century, but didn't reappear in popularity 2010 when NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory launched into similar spots on the sun that the solar prominences and the coronal mass ejections do.
Jordan,
Help of the done. Oh, yes.
could we turn the audio down for the music because we can't hear you over the music?
Does that help?
A little bit more, please.
Yeah.
You're really quiet to us.
How do I turn this up?
I can adjust the volume here. You can bring it really low on the music side, and then we should be able to hear you. I know you're doing it live. That way, it's not like it's an edit where you can duck the audio, but
Let me see. Can you hear me now better?
yes.
Okay. So what you see here is a video captured from one of the solar observatories of a giant tornado-like structure. The magnetic field across the sun has lines that stretch up into outer space, and these turning, rotating magnetic fields draw up with them plasma material, which creates these sort of vortices. If we look at a solar prominence view, we see how these structures normally do not escape out into outer space like a solar flare or a coronal mass ejection. Most likely, these tornadoes are drawn back to the sun's surface and the material falls back to the surface itself. Some of these tornadoes can be up to 60 to 90 miles wide compared to the biggest tornadoes on Earth, which may be a few miles wide, stretching more than 215 miles long, stretching far from the sun's surface up into its corona atmosphere. So remember, all of this is hot gas, millions of degrees Celsius. Because if this is spinning hot gas, because it's ionized, it can generate very strong electrical currents up to 100,000 amps. Estimated that the sun can have at least 10,000 of these tornadoes going on at a time, forming roughly every 3 hours. Compared sometimes with the solar prominences, with the flares, with the coronal mass ejections, they come kind of from the same areas. What sorts of effects do they have on Earth? Well, with the help of telescopes and research things like TAMIS, we can see the effects like the aurora borealis. We can see the effects on our communication systems and other power transformers and grid systems. But this only happens if the tornadoes suddenly become unstable, the magnetic fields become unstable and they break. And then it turns into that coronal mass ejection that we see hurtling material towards Earth. But generally, we're pretty safe. We don't have to deal with Sharknado solar tornadoes. think that'd be much worse if it starts to hurl sharks towards us from the sun. But in the future, these will actually help us understand how the sun works, along with predicting coronal mass ejections before they strike Earth. That is the presentation for tonight, everyone. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Hopefully you're able to hear the second half, okay? But thank you.
Thank you, Jordan. I need to get you a microphone. Maybe you could re-record and post it on Discord.
Yeah, I can do that. It might be also my voice is a little muted
Oh, you've
right
been
now.
ill the
I've
last
been a
week.
little sick, so it's hard to talk very loud.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Okay. Any questions? I mean, I've never seen that video before. That was fascinating. I didn't know that things like that existed on the sun. Louis, do you have any?
I would. The size between the sun and the earth in this picture is misrepresenting.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Just as long as everybody understands that,
We know.
that would be my only comment.
we used a small soccer ball and a peppercorn to compare the sun and the earth at the at Lauritsen this past weekend. We did lose a couple peppercorns, but we had a steady supply of additional peppercorns as needed. You gonna charge us per peppercorn, Mike? You saying they don't grow on trees? It's a shrub. Well, that's true. Any other additional questions? Okay. Thanks, Jordan.
Thank you guys.
Okay. What was it? 2? Oh, that's bright. So we can pause the recording. And then we will have a break for another 10 minutes. Okay. Oops, sorry, we both did it. Welcome back, everyone. Let's see, we got to do secretary's report brief. I have it. Oops, hang on. Okay, so gaze your eyes towards the screen. Is that what you would say, Diana?
That's what I would say. Consult the secretary's report on the screen for the October meeting.
We had 2 guests. Carol and Betty from the Astronomical League was here. It's our night before the wonderful dinner. Yes. Let's see, it'd be the library telescope workshop we talked about, and the fall star party at the Astro Park. We talked about the hybrid meeting here, the unusual slides that we do. Talk about how Papillion La Vista outreach was continuing through end of October. Astronomy in the parks. There was a party at Balin Observatory. Mike, you went to that, right? In Stafford, okay. Was there an event at Metropolitan Community College on the 27th? No. Oh, that's right. It was not confirmed. We had the event at Lauritsen Gardens, which is this past week. Santa Goes to Space is coming up December 3rd, which is the day after the meeting, which I think is also my company Christmas party that day. I'll be a busy person.
Okay, well, I'll get.
No. I'd like to go. I love the SAC Museum. It's a lot of fun. Sonali earned the Master Level Outreach Award. Observing, did the presentation. Stafford updated us on, oh yeah, we did do the elections. That's true. And more to follow up that in a moment. We had a presentation from Rashmi Sharan. We had our business meeting. We talked about who did the minutes and second and all that. And we had our incomes and outgoings. Astor Park looked pretty good. Old business was the dinner. A lot of talk about the library telescope program. And new business was talking about the holiday party in December. Let me close the business meeting. Is there any corrections, that brief that I just spoke about? Okay. Call for a motion to accept the minutes as read and rendered and presented on the screen. Somebody, Cleet. And Mike Moderson. Seconded. I'm gonna write this down. A motion has been made and seconded to accept the minutes as read. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Hooray. Okay. Treasurer's report. Let's spot it.
I mean, look at where it.
This way you'll have your hands free.
Okay. All things being equal, I like that, having hands free.
Yeah.
So in October, a summary would include income from dues, $224.92. Outreach from 4 schools and one Cub Pack, $281.62. A $200 anonymous donation, cash donation for $1,019.80 from the sales of banquet tickets. And that'd be minus after we paid whoever collected it for us online.
Yeah.
That's why it's not amount. Yeah. For a total income of $1,726.34. Expenditures, $172.70 for printing some planet signs for outreach programs. $22.45 for 2 certificate frames for awards. $22.71.44 for the OA anniversary banquet dinner. $8.58 for buns for the picnic at Astor Park, because the meat was left over from before earlier one that got canceled.
Economical event.
It was. Pickled.
Yeah, I kept it frozen.
It was. Hard to beat Bills, of course, but anyway.
Whoa.
I didn't say they weren't as good. I just said it was hard to beat Bills.
That's true. So that's where you're supposed to say tough room.
Yeah, they were good. Total expenditures $24.75 and our account balance at the end of the month $15,490.95.
So yeah, there was around 50 people for the dinner. 50, 51.
Some of the banquet ticket sales from the previous.
It, yeah, because
1144.80 is the total amount for ticket sales altogether. So it was
yeah,
another $100 previous October.
the payout came out on the 13th from Eventbrite. So that was the number he had for income or any extras on top of that from we had one person who paid that week. And I think from the meeting as well.
Yeah, it's all in there.
Yeah. So that's pretty good. Do you want to talk about the dinner? I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good time.
Good food.
Yeah.
Very good.
They were very accommodating.
Very nice.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Just is that in there too? The Holiday Inn, did you guys do the Holiday Inn stuff? Oh, so that'll be on November's. Okay.
No, it's not. It's in there. Well, let's see, what do you have up there anyway? Well, I got the 60th anniversary.
Expenditure?
I see.
In that, the $2,200, 2271, is that in the?
It's probably in that 2571.
It is.
Okay,
That's all right.
well, it's accounted for, then we're good. Did they say they had a good time? Good. They drove. They're in Kansas City. That was part of the choice to ask him because it'd be easy for them to come up and they could spend the weekend because they visit too.
Yes, but I think he's got a bank on the road. An expense account.
Yes,
As president of the.
yes, and as part of that, we did do, oh, I closed it, didn't I? Let me find out. We did get a plaque as part of the dinner. I think it was this one. Oh, great. I don't want to use that app. Here, we'll do that one. There. Although you can see my reflection in it. It's a very nice plaque. There's the hall. This is before we had people show up. And we were doing the centerpieces. Some lucky folks got to take them home. And that sun that was shining in through the window down there. I look so serious in that picture. That's a good shot. I like that. Trying to find the picture that was in the Stella, the group shot. I think that was one of the last pictures in the, yeah. Hey, there it is. I'm glad that we got a nice group shot. That's why I kind of planned it to have it. Yes, it does take some wrangling to get everybody together and do their thing. Pretty dressed up for the mountains. Yeah. Did we show the lunar maps last time or this time? Did we have them last month? I think those arrived later, didn't they? The lunar maps that we got in the mail?
I still have, they're the.
Yeah, that's okay.
I got my office, if somebody wants one tonight.
I mean, we got 30 of them for the club.
For like outreach and stuff.
Lunar Planetary Institute was clearing out their archival storage area. And they have a bunch of these prints that was actually printed in like various dates, but like September 27th, 1967. It's stamped on there, so you can see when each one was printed. So it was sitting in some kind of box for 50+ years, and the actual copies of the actual photos taken by the lunar orbiter as they scouted locations for the Apollo mission. So we have some of them are duplicates, but there's probably 20 individual frames. And some of them are exposures of the same thing.
All the two trainers that I got, I put like stick them all. I like that. But if somebody wanted theirs tonight, I could.
Hmm.
They're not like, that's how, I don't know what the disposition of them.
You can't, you can share them, you can hand them out, but they can't be like purchased.
Right, yeah.
Signed away
They have to
for
be
that.
used for
Education.
education and outreach or put in place on public display.
Yes.
So I know we have 30 of them. Obviously, we want to use some for outreach. I got to figure out some way to contain them, protect them.
I kind of like do like a poster, that'll be a lightweight, a poster frame. The lightweight ones, yeah.
That's what I was thinking. And the extra ones,
Yeah, that would be
I thought maybe we could see the libraries that are getting telescopes want to have one on display, or
We had some easels we could show them at the Christmas party. Oh,
I have like some crazy.
okay. Okay, so trying to display some of these lunar photography photos at the holiday party. Okay. Just repeating it for those who are remote, because this doesn't always pick up everyone's audio. Got that calendar program, you can put it in your calendar, right? Yes, there is the sign up. This is just for us to get a count, so know how much food we're gonna need at the dinner. So I try to make it easy is is.gd, which is good. That's what ISGD stands for. /OAS holiday. It's the same link as last year. I just changed the dates on the form. If you've already done it, you're good. You did. I was trying to get ahead of everything.
That's the same date as your.
It's Friday the 2nd.
Yep, Friday the 2nd. So.
Yeah. Take pictures of you having, it's like ice cream. Cake. New business. Stafford, hello. Pull up the fleet of telescopes these days.
Long and short of it is I want to thin the herd a little bit. We have 4 6-inch telescopes right now that are on the books. We got 2 more out there somewhere. I'm sorry. Yes, and that's a classic on that, which is hard. I would propose as a starting position to get the old black Dob that we have off to a new home along with the white Dob. The black one is probably the oldest one that we have. It's a home built, but it still works reasonably well. The white Dob has been kind of an interesting one. I think optically it's fine, but somebody in the distant past has done some rewickering. So it's just hard to adjust. It doesn't quite work as nicely as I would like it to give it to someone else as a loaner, although it has been used and returned successfully. So then the last one I would propose is an old Meade 2083 that we had received as a donation. It actually does work reasonably well. Oh, for anybody who's not sure, that's an 8.8. It's an older 8-inch Schmidt Cassegrainian.
Oh, that's the one we had to try to get the firmware for.
No,
No?
that's another story, but
Oh,
this one is a old wedge type. It has I think a drive system on it. When it came to us, it didn't have the controllers with it, so I don't know whether it does. It's been checked out exactly one time, which was right after we got it. And the individual thinks that the right ascension portion of it worked. But I've not tried it myself, so. The big challenge we have with that particular scope is the secondary, and it is a silver coated surface. And the bad news is it's pretty badly pitted. There's some research that I did on the internet regarding whether recoating that with an aluminum surface is possible. And there is a kind of yes asterisk. Make sure you line up everything exactly the way it was when it came apart. It's not that it's an impossible task, but it's very precise and probably a little bit beyond my degree of care. I mean, but it would take a lot of doing and probably cost a fair amount to have that done. I've only looked a little bit into getting it recoded by the person who did my big telescope mirror, and the response was, yeah, we'll kind of do it, but it's a pain. So if somebody's up to that kind of a project, this might be an area of interest to you. But before I proceeded any further with doing any of these, I thought it would be appropriate to bring it across to the membership and see whether there's any debate or objections or. So that's the one thing. With respect to some of I'll cover this a little bit. Mike Gallagher received the donation of a really fine, I think it was a 10-inch or a 9 1/4. Yeah, Celestron Schmidt on a very fine mount and with some pretty nice eyepieces. We were in just some informal discussions among us two. We figure it would probably be better to go to someplace like a planetarium or something a little more organized than just a Boy Scout camp or something, because this is really, it's an almost brand new scope to the best I can tell. And it has some teleview eyepieces with it, and it's a go-to too, you said, right?
It has teleview numbers.
Yeah. So,
we had some discussions on that in the board meeting.
yeah,
About maybe having it for a science building in town and leaving it in reserve for that.
yes, anybody's got some background on who we could contact on that. Because that dovetails nicely. I'm sorry.
The Mike and I have met one of the program directors. He is actually in the astronaut program. Yep. He would like to do astronomy. I know, but if it was on wheels, we wheeled it out. You know, like, can we store it here and then we do events in your courtyard or whatever? Having a scope of that caliber that has the automatic equipment to do itself might be beneficial for showing public stuff. Yeah, that's kind of the thoughts we've been talking about, that specific donation.
Now, you had mentioned the one that we had a delightful 3 weeks of installing firmware on.
Yeah,
Actually, it was pretty easy to do once we. But anyway, I would offer as a thought too, to maybe put that one in with their fleet, so then they'd have 2 of them to work with at a given time instead of just one. What's that?
they call it the Luminarium.
That's science
Kiewit
building downtown.
Science Center, STEM riverfront thing.
Oh, okay. It was all engineering. Computer stuff.
Yeah, we found about so late in the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're trying to as you heard, we're
Wait,
trying
wait,
to.
wait. Okay, tell me about this second one now. What is it?
That's a Mead light switch.
Okay, yeah.
It's worked pretty well since we got the firmware straightened out on it. The quirk with that is to build the SD card to properly load it, it has to be on Windows 7 or earlier. And it's a mini SD card. Good luck finding those.
I doubt they're gonna do any more updates after the one you applied.
So you did get it up there.
It's working so far. I've taken it to a couple of our Zerinsky outreach things and it did pretty well, actually, but. So anyway, these are two nice scopes, so I don't think the average user should be getting
It
a hold
requires
of,
a bit more.
Yeah.
Oomph.
and they're heavy.
Just
No.
the power requirements and some of the setup. is-
Yeah.
Well, it's a challenge. Have our own observatory, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been nice too.
Now, the light switch we could also use just as a dedicated outreach resource if you'd like. It has its pros, it has its cons. It sets up real easily. It even talks to you.
Is it Star Trek?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has,
Yeah.
was it Audio Star was the name of the remote or something? for
Yeah, but anyway, it welcomes you to using it and expounds upon whatever you go to and. But those are the,
So thoughts on, so the black dot, which one's the Mead 2080,
yeah. The white
the
dog
white Dob and the
and the
black Dob?
old black dog.
In other words, trying to find good homes.
Yeah.
Are they selling or what's your thought?
I haven't thought that much about it at all because I wanted to get buy-in first. Or at least,
Oh, I
that
think
this-
you should.
Oh, yeah.
I would propose, yeah, I mean, you need a motion.
That one's too.
I move.
I would propose,
Determine where those should go and report back to us. Just their thoughts and ideas. For,
Yeah.
And I'm not good at.
We can do that at the next
Yeah.
board meeting.
As if are you gonna sell them? Do you want to give them away? Do you, what, a little deeper thinking.
initial thoughts for
Yeah.
the
A
six
little
in,
deeper thinking
make them available to the folks at Hollings, for instance.
and
It would,
or,
these are much better than the
That's
one that they
true.
current.
and or tell us who wants. it.
The 2083 is kind of an interesting one.
Yeah.
When we first got it, I did some research on what a possible going price for that one would be. And if it had the silver mirror, they weren't too optimistic. If it had an aluminized mirror that was worth a little bit more.
But
But I have not pursued any of that since the time we received it, which is over 2 years ago now.
thanks for reminding me about the Camp Carol Joy Hollings
Yeah.
sad telescope that several of us tried to get working and it was just did not work. So,
Yeah.
what's the Bird Jones?
Yes,
type? Is that what
that's-
it is?
Yeah, it's a Bird Jones optical system,
Plastic.
which is,
So
Yeah.
maybe one of the Dobbs could go out there.
Mhm.
That'd be an ideal scope.
And is it
Easy to run.
is it roadworthy? Is it,
That's.
do we have to put some?
Extra work into it.
Yeah, to get up.
the white one, what I would like to try if the secondary, I think, just has a spring that doesn't belong there. Because the minute you move it, after collimating it jumps right out of alignment. You can actually watch it do it. This is a white 6-inch Dob.
Is that an original?
Yes, it is. That's the one that Bill gave.
So it just needs like a spring for the secondary?
Yeah, and I might have one that'll work.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it's original because in the instructions, they mentioned there's a 1/2 inch iron plate on the inside because they wanted to make a really low rocker. Now Mike came to my rescue with that and drilled 3 holes in it because that was, there was no way for air to get in through that 1/2 inch thick iron piece. So optically, that really helped it out.
Yep, so I guess what we're talking about here is 2 things, well, to me, it's, we want to get permission to let these go.
Yes.
And then my question is, in what condition are we gonna let these go? That's my question. And especially if we're gonna donate them to Pam Holland, Joy, or, you know, that's.
Carol Joy Farm. Yeah, they need, if we do something like that, they need to be in a pretty tough condition, so they're easiest to use.
Yeah, the old,
That they can't, that isn't up to par, that they can't use effectively.
Yeah, exactly.
the old black one is,
My motion was basically to turn it over to the executive committee to talk about, make some decisions there, and then bring it back to us. That was my motion. And it can include, so the decision making includes what Eric has said, what some of the people have said.
But then your motion also authorizes the release of those from the library.
Yeah.
It's out of the fleet and into purgatory holding status.
Yeah, something like
yeah,
that.
And I second.
Okay.
I second.
Right, I'm documenting. So,
Yes,
yeah.
thank you.
yeah, the 2083 is never gonna be in tip-top condition unless,
And so it might not be the one you get out
No.
to someplace like Carol Joy Hall.
no, I would not send that to anybody unless they knew exactly what they were getting into, but they,
Be going to somebody who very much would like to work with and learn how to build or repair.
if we decide to,
Okay, hang on. A motion has been forwarded and seconded and on the floor to have the 3 telescopes, 4 telescopes, thank you, it's Monty Python. To go to the executive committee to determine possible outcomes for their use or disposal and to report it back to the membership, as well as remove them from fleet/loan usage, that they won't be checked out
Anymore.
sounds so final, Eric. All those in favor, say aye.
Oh, we had some people.
Yes,
We still
yeah.
have people online.
All those opposed? Oh, all right, thank you. Yes, the mothball fleets.
There we go.
well, that's part of our challenge too, is there's at least 4 that are not officially on our books.
Yeah, there are 4 that are not in the list that are in various people's houses.
If we get rid of 2 of the 6 inches, at least one of them will be replaced by one that Mike Moderson has.
He
Yeah,
picked
the-
up from somebody who donated it.
The good news is I won't have to change the inventory much because it's black too, so.
You'll never know.
It's just about 35 years newer.
Now,
Bob Allen 1 and Bob Allen 2. There'll be Black Telescope 1 and Black Telescope 2.
okay, so for these telescopes that are leaving the fleet, part of that decision-making process is going to be eyepieces going with it, right? Well, we'll have eyepieces from the telescope loan, the library, right? So we can supplant those if we going to a home or somewhere, we
That's
have
for
those
the
eyepieces
executive committee
to
to
decide. Yes.
that, because
I just don't want them to go out without an eyepiece.
all of us is really
Oh.
complicated.
I know.
If you guys kind of, the small group take a hold of it and say, this is what we propose, and then we yay or nay.
Yeah, I clearly have more to do with respect to submitting a full inventory of what actually comes with these and
Exactly. You guys make that determination.
And where they.
Because we don't need to be that deep in the weeds.
Not right now, no.
Just so you know, we settled my building. Building is up for sale. So the Dynamax is home. Won't
Won't be home in-
Well, so
It's gotta have a place to go.
that's the six.
Yeah, that one's kind of a funny one. That, what we're talking about is I'm gonna say a 1970s era 6-inch Edmund Scientific.
It was donated from somebody in council.
Edmund Scientific.
And
This one is pretty, this is in cherry condition. It's on,
It's beautiful, classic Edmund 6-inch with
yeah.
heavy.
very.
Yeah, as a plug-in. So. I don't know, do you think Beelin would like something like that just as a display or? Because they have an old 10-inch cave or 8-inch cave out there also. It might need some company. Yeah.
Is this a club owned item or is this a?
Yes.
It was donated to the club.
I have it only because we picked it
Storage.
up.
Yeah, I think it arrived before you came on board as president.
Yeah. We've had it several years.
But yes, we do have to find something for that. It's,
We've already done the motion, so it's not included in that pile. Do we want to do it different?
Amend the motion to
Amend the
include.
motion to include the Dynamax.
New motion
yeah,
Nina makes a new motion.
yes.
to include the Dynamax.
And I'll second.
Eric.
Life is a cycle.
Yes. Do we have a motion to rescind the former motion?
Okay,
No.
Slow
don't
down.
rescind, just add to.
I got the gavel.
Yeah. No.
Okay,
No.
include the Dynamax.
The Dyn 60.
Okay, motion has been forwarded and seconded to include the Dynamax in the previous motion.
Yep.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed.
But the
Better
people online.
This is how you make sausage.
Yeah,
I'm yelling loud enough, that's probably picking that up. All right, that's 2 passes. That's a pretty good business meeting where we've still got 25 minutes. If you want to talk about something else, but I think timing wise, we're doing pretty good tonight. Yes,
To the event at the dark side on Saturday, the 22nd.
13.
We just couldn't make it.
We had 13 people. It was slightly windy.
Mhm.
When the sun went down, it wasn't slightly windy. It was like just a small breeze. And then it just cleared up.
Right.
I mean, it was, we had a couple tables out there. We had several pads were in use. We even had to double up on pads for folks. We had a person come out who'd never been to Astro Park before. And also Trisha she was here earlier. She came out.
Uh-huh.
She'd never been there before. One person was kicking himself for not bringing his guide scope to do imaging. There's a lot of imaging going on down there.
Oh, good.
There's been at least 3 or 4 pictures posted this week.
I know Aaron goes down.
Yes. Should we try to? Yeah, John Poole, right? He is. Actually, let's show this. Louis, can you grab the lights for me?
What they do to me.
Well, you know where that is pretty quick. So here's one. This was done, I think, Monday morning. Right? So that was what, Jay? Yeah. This was Saturday night at the event right here. Here, let me make this bigger. Yeah.
What's the line?
It's that's a plane. There's a, you can see the, yeah. It's another plane taking a turn right over here. The, yeah.
He happened to come by with his family.
Yes.
So you got to see his picture up on the banner for the first time, and then his whole family got pictures taken in front of it.
Yeah, they were all like, "This Dad's picture. Let's take a picture in front of Dad's picture." That's I think that's Bill's telescope right there.
Is he using adaptive optics there? Yes.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's specifically Astro Park. So here's a picture of the group that was there. I don't know what that was.
I think that's the stack on the bar.
Oh, it is the stack on the barbecue. That's right. That's when we were cooking the food. Oh, I see.
I actually have the second frame.
Well, you can see a lot of cars in the parking lot. Okay, so if we go to astrophotography, right? So let me jump up here. Okay, so John, member, he flew up to Fairbanks, but he didn't take his DSLR. So this is probably his cell phone. Right? And then here's Sonali's photos somewhere over Greenland from the plane. She said it went on for 2 hours.
Wow.
Okay, now we're going to go back to Fairbanks.
Wow.
It's just amazing. You can see. Yeah, that is really fantastic. And there's the other one. Just the red in there too. There's that. You can tell it's different though. I mean, that's just so fascinating about it. But yeah, it was really pretty. And let's see, here was another one from Astro Park earlier in the week. I mean, that's pretty nice. It is getting a lot of use. I'm really happy, and just the quality of things that they're producing is just fascinating. Mark Pryor did a lot of imaging down there too, didn't he?
Yeah, Mark.
No, he think he got out of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's actually not a member anymore. So I don't
I don't know that he's even in town.
yeah, I think he's moved.
I think he's here, here, kids.
Could be.
But yeah, that's kind of a nice little what's happening in Discord lately. So pretty neat. Okay, here comes the lights. Yeah. You get to see photos, kind of like APOD, you know, it's our own little APOD. Do you want to know how to join the Discord?
Sure.
Okay, Let's go to the Stella here. This is the well, I know. I'm gonna do this. Watch this. That invite link. I cross-reference it against the membership database and I give people access.
There, that's a lot easier.
Okay.
Then you just set up your own password.
Yeah, you're essentially create an account and you get in there. Oh, somebody just sent a message. I heard it. Oh, and you just joined through Mike earlier, right? So here you can see how the hot dogs are made. So we do have a name policy. I have to do this. I gotta say OAS member. So if I say, welcome. You should be able to go into your profile pic and you can change your, there you go. Welcome aboard. And you're verified too. So you should see like all the rest of the channels over here on the side. Hey, you knew somebody. You'll probably have a lot of people saying welcome. So, sure. I don't have anything else. Anybody have? Okay. I'm gonna stop the screen share. We are still recording. Call for a motion to adjourn the business meeting. Bill Bond. Mike. Sir, what's your last name? Moderson. Oops, not Mordperson. I'm sorry, Mike. I mean, you won't see my notes, but I'll know what's in there. A motion is, let me tell you, I'm having that at work too. A motion has been made and seconded to adjourn the meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hey, thank you. Recording stopped.